New York is not a place where you find a standardized cuisine. It's a place where the whole world collides right on a single street. In just one day, you can eat Italian-style pizza, American hot dogs, Chinese noodles, Middle Eastern falafel, all here, all carrying a distinct character, fast, bold, and alive. In New York, people don't go out to eat. They eat to keep up with the pace of life. Eating while rushing across the street, eating in between shifts, eating at 2 a.m. under the yellow lights of a small food stand. You'll see long lines in front of tiny shops, standing tables that barely allow you to sit, and dishes made so quickly you don't even have time to look closely. And in that chaos, New York cuisine becomes something no place else can replicate. In this video, I'll take you through 10 dishes you must try at least once if you want to truly understand how New York eats. New York pizza. A foldable slice is all you need. A large, thin slice of pizza with a lightly crispy edge but a soft base that allows it to be folded. When you take a bite, you'll feel the cheese stretch slightly, the tomato sauce mildly tangy, and the crust slightly chewy. This is pizza made for speed, held in your hand, folded, and eaten on the go. Influenced by Italian immigrants, but now a true New York identity. To me, this is the clearest signature dish of the city. Bagel with cream cheese, a very New York breakfast. Bagels have a slightly firm crust and a dense, chewy interior, completely different from regular bread. When sliced and spread with cream cheese, the richness and light saltiness create a very satisfying bite. Bagels are boiled before baking. This is what gives them their signature texture. New Yorkers often eat bagels in the morning, sometimes just standing at the counter. Personally, I think this dish is simple but extremely on vibe. Hot dog, fast, hot, and always ready. A bun filled with sausage topped with mustard or ketchup, sometimes onions and pickles. When you eat it, the saltiness of the sausage combined with a slight tang creates a very balanced flavor. This is an iconic street food you can find everywhere. New Yorkers eat hot dogs as a habit without much thought. To me, this is a dish that instantly helps you understand the city. But if you think New York food is only fast and simple, the next part will show you a completely different side. Pastrami sandwich, rich and loaded. A sandwich packed with thick layers of pastrami beef, cured and smoked, then sliced thin. When you bite in, you'll taste bold flavors, a slight spice, and incredible tenderness. The bread acts as a base to hold the generous filling. This dish is closely tied to Jewish delis in New York. Personally, I think it's not light, but absolutely worth trying. New York cheesecake. Smooth and very heavy. A thick slice of cheesecake with a dense, smooth texture. When you eat it, you'll feel a deep richness from the cream cheese almost slowly melting in your mouth. Unlike many other versions, New York cheesecake is not overly sweet. It focuses on intensity. This dessert has become an icon. To me, just a small piece is enough to remember. Halal cart. The culture of late-night street food. A box of rice with chicken or lamb, yellow rice, salad, and a signature white sauce. When you eat it, the rich meat combined with the sauce creates an almost addictive flavor. Halal carts often stay open late, serving office workers, drivers, and tourists alike. This is a Middle Eastern influence that has become part of New York. Personally, I think this is the true late-night dish. And if you want to understand the diversity of New York, you have to try dishes shaped by immigrant cultures like these. Ramen, New York style. Japan in the heart of Manhattan. Ramen in New York isn't exactly like Tokyo, but it still retains the depth of broth. You'll see a mix of Japanese tradition and New York creativity. Ramen shops are often small but always crowded. This is a clear example of how New York absorbs culinary cultures from everywhere. To me, this dish reflects the city's global nature. Chinatown dumplings. Small but full of surprises, small dumplings with thin wrappers and fillings of meat or vegetables. When you eat them, the wrapper is soft and the filling is rich and slightly juicy. In Chinatown, you can find dumplings at very low prices but with great quality. This dish is closely tied to the Chinese community in New York. Personally, I think this is one of the clearest hidden gems. Lobster roll, simple yet luxurious. Lobster meat lightly mixed with butter or mayonnaise, then placed in a soft bun. When you eat it, the natural sweetness of the lobster stands out clearly, not overshadowed. This dish comes from New England, but is very popular in New York. To me, it represents refined simplicity. Not much is needed, just good ingredients. Cronut, innovation, New York style. The cronut is a hybrid between a croissant and a donut, creating a pastry that is both layered and fried. When you bite into it, the outer layer is lightly crispy, while the inside is soft with a cream filling. This pastry was created in New York and quickly became a phenomenon. People are willing to line up just to get one. Personally, I think this is a very New York dish, creative and bold. New York cuisine has no rules, no standards, no this is how it should be eaten. There is only one thing, collision, between tradition and modernity, between cultures and between ideas that have never existed before. You can eat something that has existed for hundreds of years, and right after that, bite into something invented just last week. Here, food doesn't stand still. It changes every day, every neighborhood, every person. And perhaps that is what makes New York special. Not because it is perfect, it can be tough, but because it never stops evolving. If you enjoy this kind of food journey, where each city has its own personality told through its dishes, then follow the channel.